Good morning, once and all. One and again. Uh, we have been started our class with the normalization. So we have been thought about something called first normal, second normal, third normal, BCN or BCNF, that is bicord normal form. So what is the normalization will going to do? That it will going to improve my database designed to generate relations from the higher normal forms. So normally we want to segregate our data in a different kinds of way. So we have been taught about the different rules and regulations. So just for a reminding, just I'm explaining this particular concept. So normalization we have seen. In that we have seen something called first normal, second normal, third normal form. So when I say the sequence is you have to follow in this fashion. After one only you have to go to the second only after second, third, and third after we will be having BCNF. So when I say we are in the BCNF, that means our database is strongest. So one is linked to third, the BCNF is linked to third, and third is linked to second, and second is linked to first. So this is what we have been taught in the previous class. So we have been coming across the functional dependency. That means how one attribute is depend on other attribute, and we have been gone about with various examples. Examples will be like this. We have been taught. Say that we have something called employee number, employee name, first name and last name we have. Then in that we have seen that the underlined one, where the underlined one which you have seen over here is called as a primary key, and this primary key has functional dependency uh, like email, first name and last name. Okay, so these are the functional dependencies. So if we have this particular column as a primary key or a candidate key, then the other will be having functional dependencies. So this is what we have been seeing. So this is the examples we have seen. So if one key is there, that key has treated into three parts. So we call this as a functional dependency. So already this has been covered just in order to have the brief thing. Then we have seen something called determinant, that is attributes on LHS is known as determinant. So EMP number in our case was uh, this is your determinant. So till this particular topic we have been covered our previous class. So then we have been knowing about the transitive dependency. So when I say transitive dependency, here we have something called three friends are available. So it can be a number of friends. So suppose I'm the A is the friend. So for that A, there is a B friend, and for B can have the C as a friend. Then naturally A becomes a friend of C. So what is happening? My content has been transmitted. So with this kind of feature, we call as a transitive dependency. So the functional dependencies are transitive. So you have to remember that whenever the one particular attribute or a column is dependent, then it can be transitive. Okay. So 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 here C is a transitive dependent on A. So when A belongs to B and B belongs to C, then automatically A belongs to C. So C is called as a transitive dependent. So like this, we'll be seeing one by one topic. So here, if you see the example of transitive dependent, so I have something called employee number, employee name, department number, department name. So here, employee number and the department number. Now these two are available where department number is having dependent on this. So that means this is dependent on this. So these two are dependent on this. And coming to this email number, email and department, again will be converted like this. So this is what the actual figure. So this is how the actual figure is there. Okay. So dependent names. That means the department name, the name which you are finding is a translated depend on the employee number. So this is there. That means how it is depend on this particular number because the employee is working on this particular department. So when I say that which department you belong, you will be saying commerce. So that person is depend on that particular dependent. So indirectly it is dependent. So when it is indirectly dependent, that is called as a transitive dependent. Via how it is dependent via department number, employee number can be connected. So if it has to travel through, so EMP number has to travel to this particular department name. So department name, how it is transferred, because he will be connecting, this will be connected to department number, and department number will going to tell me that what name of the department. So I will be having the number and the employee number. So I will be having employee number followed by 123 as a department number. So when I say 123 as a department number, it will going to give me the name. Example, you have the roll number. You have a roll number called 19143 So 19 is the year, and 143. When I say 143, 143 automatically indicates that is belongs to commerce. So the number itself says that commerce. So that particular number when it is saying, so it is a transitive dependent. So your roll number is transitive dependent. Seeing in that particular number 143 has become the commerce. So like that, we are being using the concept of transitive dependency. Then coming to the transitive dependency, the next topic is our partial dependency. That means few of the columns will be dependent, not the entire one, only few of the things will be. That means partially dependency exists when an attribute B is functionally dependent. That means one of the attribute is functionally dependent. Okay, such as A. If you take example A, and A is a component of multi-part of the candidate key. That means I have something called A, or I'll say some column. One column is available in that table. Then the other parts that are there are belongs to one part of the candidate. That means, say example, these are the all are available. Okay, these are all our attributes. So EMP number is in candidate key, and this candidate keys depend on other parts. So these are other parts. So here, if you say here the example, I am saying the candidate key. So candidate key is what? Employee number, line number, because it has been saying underline. That means there have been two columns that has been highlighted with importance has been given. So these are been saying it can be a key. Now for this particular key, invoice date is partially depend on invoice number and line number. So this particular date invoice, this is depend on what? Line number and invoice number. So it is not completely depend, it's in a partially depend. So invoice number is determinate because this it is, so we called about the whichever that is LHS is there LHS. So for this left hand side, this is your LHS. So when I'm saying this is an LHS, so we call this as an determinant. So determinant of invoice date. So it is a invoice number is determined to the invoice date is part of the candidate key. Again, it's a part of the candidate. So because invoice date is what? It's a part of this particular key. Okay. So date is there, depending upon that invoice number is there. That means this date is a part of this. So we call this as a partial dependency. శిరీషమ్మ మ్యూట్ చేసుకోమా.
నేను మ్యూట్ చేసుకున్నా సార్, ఇప్పుడే మీరు పిలిస్తే ఓపెన్ చేసిన.
లేదు, ఆల్రెడీ నేనే ఇప్పుడు మ్యూట్ చేసా. నీ దగ్గర బెంచ్లు తప్పేలా సౌండ్ వస్తుంది. Okay, so we'll see one by one the relationship. So first normalization, we say that first normal says that you have to hold one single line for the particular data. So one column or an attribute should not hold more than single value. So that is what the first normalization forms. So it is restricted that it should not have multiple values. say this is an example. So if the number is there, no phone number is there, degree is there. So one person can hold many degrees, but it cannot be displayed or store the data in this fashion. I cannot store like this. I cannot store like this. Though you can have the multiple degrees, but for viewing purpose, this is okay. So for viewing purpose, that means if I want to see on the screen, this is okay, well and good. But for storing purpose, this is wrong. So I should not store like this. So what the first normalization says, it should not have multi values like this. So one attribute. So this is one attribute. It is having multiple values. So it should not have. So it is violating the rule. So the first normal says that don't do this. You try to make it separately. So here you can say the same thing example. So employee degree is a multi-valued field. Employee 679 has 2 degrees and employee 33 has 3 degrees. So you should not have like this. You can have the degrees, it's not wrong, but displaying purpose is well and good. But for storing in the database, you should not store like this. Why you should not store like this? Because this entire thing will be treated as single value. It will be treated as single value. Okay. So, but we know that it's not a single value. BA is a separate degree, BS is a separate degree, PhD is a separate degree for us. So when I'm storing the database, it will be treated as an entire as a single value, but it's wrong. Okay. Because for this each and every degree, we have some other something called hall ticket number or reference number will be there where we will be segregate that one. So I should not store that entire value in a single. So you in the first normal, this rule says that if you have any data like this, you try to separate this. So how, what is the solution for this? The solution is like this. So this is the solution. So I have to employee is having number and the phone number. So employee number, employee phone. Then I have a degree. So for this employee, this is your employee numbers and have many degrees. So this is how it is linked. See here 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3 and 6, 7, 9 is there. So 6, 7, 9 has been repeated many times. 3, 3, 3 has been repeated many times. 1, 2, 3 has been not repeated. So now this becomes the master table. So this has become the master table and this becomes the child table. So this has been relation has been established. So your relation has been established using your foreign key. So using the foreign key concept, I am trying to link this. So the foreign key says that it is going to make a relation between the multiple tables. So how I'm trying to do this? I'm splitting this and I'm saying that roll number, so that employee number. Now, if this number is here, then only this person can award the degree. So I was telling in the beginning of the many times the examples, like if you are being taken the admission, then only you can write the exam, you can attend the classes and you can pay the fees. So this is a master table. So this is how you are going to maintain the integrity. Okay. So the first normal form which you are seeing in this fashion, whatever you are seeing this one, it is not a normal form. And I should see that I should not, when I split this, I should not lose the any information or it should not replace any relation between the other countries. So how I'll be trying to do this? I'll make this first normal form in this fashion. Okay. Then coming to the bichord normal form. So bichord normal form will be coming into the fourth level. Now, right now I will not tell this. I'll skip this. Then we'll move to the second normal. So as I told, we have to follow the sequence. The sequence is first normal form, then second normal form, third normal form. Then the fourth one is bichord normal form. So when I go for the second normal form, the first step it says that whatever the data you are taking, it should be first normal form. That means first you make it see that your data is whatever you are taking coming with me, you are getting the data for me, it should be first normal form. You make it into first normal form, then after that only you get it. Say example, I'll be asking you write the assignments, that is your duty. So when I say the assignments you are writing, but I'm telling that if you want to verify or correction should be done by me, then it should be spiral binding. Without spiral binding, I will not take. So this is how the conditions. So without spiral blind, I will not take it. So similar fashion, without first normal form, you cannot move to the second normal form. Then in the second normal form, what I'm doing, I have to identify non-key attributes that is fully dependent on each candidate. That means it should not be partial dependence. That's why I was explaining about the fully dependent and partial dependence. Okay, it should be completely dependent on that particular key. Okay, then only I can go with the second normal. So in the second normal form and third normal form, if you remember, so it will be involve the concept of the keys. So it will be involved about the concept of the key means nothing but your candidate key, foreign key, primary key, composite key. Like this, it is depend on the some keys. So what are those key attributes? It is a part of the attribute is a part of the key. Okay, it's not a key attribute, it's a non-key attribute. So how it will be, so relations are not BCNF, have the data redundancy. So redundancy is nothing but duplicate, so we should see that there should be no duplicates. So the relation in a second normalization will not have the partial dependence. So you have to remember this particular point. So when I'm saying for a second normal form, it is fully dependent, not the partial dependency. So how the example can be considered, the same example which you have seen just now. We have something called invoice. So in the first normal form, we have seen invoice number, line number, product number, quantity, invoice date. Now, if you see here, invoice number and the line number. Now these are the keys. These are the candidate keys. Okay. Now these two are having product number and quantity. So it is depend on the product number and quantity. So these are called as candidate keys. So as I told you, these are two are called as a candidate keys. Then coming to the quantity is non-key attribute, and it is depend on the invoice number, because this is totally depend on the invoice number, because invoice number says that how much you purchase the item. So the items are vary from time to time, so it will be changing. So today I'll purchase 2 quantities, 3 quantities, 4 quantities. Tomorrow I'll go for 100 quantities. So 100 quantities depend upon the invoice number. So what is happening, this is depend on this. So totally this is fully dependent, not partial dependent. Okay, are you following? So invoice number, invoice date. So if you see here, since there is a determinant that is not candidate key, so we have determinant. What is the determinant over here? So for the invoice date, we have the invoice number, which is a determinant. So as I told you, LHS, it is a determinant. So what is happening over here? It is not a candidate key. Invoice line is not BCNF. So here invoice number is not line number. Invoice line number is not a BCNF. Okay. Invoice line is only first normal form. So invoice line is only first normal form. Okay. So invoice not is a second normal form. Again, it's not a second normal because it is partially depend on the date. Okay, it is depend on the date and the invoice number. Okay, so it is depend on the invoice number and the invoice date. So invoice line is not a part of this second normal form. So like this, we have to identify the particular table and we have to go through the normalization. So what I'm doing, the solution for this, I have to split the table. So how I'll be splitting? So this is your common invoice line number. This is where you have number, line number, product, quantity, and invoice date. So this is what you have redundancy because it is repeating. The invoice date is repeated on each invoice line because I'll be going on changing the quantity. So whenever I add the quantities according to that, I'll be going to get the date will be there, and the date on the same date, the invoice line will be go on. That means each and every data will be repeated. So it will be finding redundancy content will be there. So how I'll be improving this? First, you try to split that into two relations. Okay, we have to decompose. Those decompose nothing but you are trying to split it. How I'll be splitting? I'll be saying invoice number, line number, product number, quantity. This is one entity or one table, and I'll be trying to go for invoice number and invoice date separately. So that based upon this particular numbers, so I have invoice number 1, invoice number 2, invoice number 3, invoice number 4, like this. I have a lot of invoice number, maybe on the same date, maybe on different dates. Okay, so it can be different dates. So when I have such kind of things, then it will be very easy for me to count that, okay, how many orders are there on particular date. Okay, so I say on we have 4 orders on particular today's date or on particular date. I have 100 orders on particular date. Then if you want to know in depth of that, then with the help of this particular invoice number, I'll jump to this and I'll be going to know, okay, what is the number? Okay, roll number 1, that is invoice number is there, and he has purchased 3 quantity or 4 quantity or 30 quantities or 130 quantities or 1000 quantities, like this he has been purchased on the product called Xerox machine or something like this. So he has been taken some Xerox copies of 1100 printouts. So this is how you're going to convert into a second normal form. So what is the highest normal form for this relation, whether it's 1, 2, or 3 and 4? So this is the question is left to you. So when I say here, is the following relation is second normal form? Yes, we have the second normal form. So invoice number, line number, product description, and quantity. So this is depend on this, and this is having the candidate key, and we have different kinds of alternate keys. Okay, so the same thing if you go with another one. So to a second NF, but not in the second normal form, but not in the BCNF. So if you see your previous, so again I have another example. I have gone for the employee department, so I have the SSN number. Now this is your candidate key. Okay, so D number is not the candidate key, and we have only D number as D name. Okay, so here we have another one. So you can take here SSN or the number. Okay, so here we have D number and D name. So department number and department name. Now these two are not the candidate key because it has been not underlined. It has been not given that much of importance. So if you see here SSN, this is the candidate key. Right. So coming to the third normal form, here you will be seeing the third normal form. Again, it should be when I want to go with the third normal form, first you should convert that database into first normal form, check whether that first normal form is in the second normal form. Then if it is in the second normal form, automatically I'm going to dive into the third normal form. So in this what happens in the third normal form, if the relation is in first normal and all determinants are non-key attributes, that is your candidate key, then I have the functional dependency. So functional dependency is what, as I told you, that X is dependent on Y and Y is non-key attribute. Then X is called as a candidate key. Now in the third normal form, how I'll be going to do this? As I given the example, what is the example I have given? Transitive dependency. So A is a friend of B and B is a friend of C. Then automatically A belongs to the C. So this is how you have to see that. So when I come into the third normal form, if you go into non-key attributes, if you are not going for the key attributes, well and good. But if you are going for the non-key attributes, then the third normal form will be weaker compared to your bicornormal form. When I say bicornormal form, that is the strongest database. That means we have been built. So first normal form is very weak, and comparing to first normal form, second is little bit good, third. But when you come to the bicornormal form, we can say that our database is strongest. Okay, so the relationship in the third normal form has to be will not have any transitive dependency of non-key attributes on a key through another non-key attribute. So how I'll be doing this? This is an example. So we consider one example of employee. We have the candidate key of employee number, employee name, department number, department. So if you say department name, department number, department key, these are non-key attributes. So these are all our non-key attributes because we don't have any underline. That is, this doesn't have any importance. That means non-key in the sense it can be duplicate. So name can be duplicate, department number can be duplicate, department name can be duplicate, but employee number cannot be duplicate. So one employee can work in different departments, and it has department number. So here we are not saying that we have to follow some keys and regulation for us. We are following only the key. So here you can see the underline is there. That is, this is a candidate key. Okay. So department number determines the department name, a non-key attribute, and department number is not the candidate key, which I already told you. So in the relation, is the relation is 3 enough? No. Is the relation is BC enough? No. Is the relation is 2 enough? Yes. Okay. It's a second normal form. Now, how I'll be going to convert into a third normal form? Again, I have to split this into different parts. See, this is what the question we have. So, what we have to do the correction for this, should not lose the data. Without losing the data, we have to separate this. So, what I'm doing, I'm taking the employee number, employee name, and department number, and department number and department name. Now, this can be candidate key, and here this can be a candidate key. Okay. So this will be going to link this one based upon it. That means here if I say department 101, 102, and 103, these are the department I have. So I have a department name called commerce. I have a department name called management. I have this department called what we call physics. Like this, we have different departments. So this cannot be repeated, and this cannot be repeated. Okay, but when I'm coming over here, employee 1 is there, his name is X, and he can work in the department 101. There is an employee number 2, his name is Y, and he can work in the same department 101. So here 101 is repeated. So here I can have this kind of thing, so I don't have any problem. So instead of putting everything in a single table, if I have like this, then I'll be getting confusion that I cannot hold all this in a single. So if I do this, if I don't split, what happens? Here I'll be going to get the duplicates. Okay, here I'll going to get the duplicates contents. So we cannot able to trace out that which person is working in the different department and is that particular department exist or not. So I cannot put any restriction on that. That means if I put any restriction, if I put a key for this, no duplicate, then what happens? One person can have only 101. That means he can work only in that particular department. And second person, if he works in the same department, is not allowed. So what is happening? If I put the restriction, I have such kind of problem. If I don't put the restriction, I have the duplicates. That is redundancy. So in order to not have such kind of complexity and the problem, what I do, simply I try to divide this table, which has been called as third normal form. Okay, so previously it was second normal form. So this is your second normal form. Then that has been splitted furthermore, decomposed. Then it has been converted into third normal form. Okay, now if I go for the third normal form, the previous one, that is not a BCNF. So what is happening here? Instructor, that is faculty, teaches one course only. Students take the course and has only one instructor. Now if that is the case, if you see here, student number is there, course number is there, instructor number is there, and instructor number has course number. So the person, the faculty teaches, so I am teaching RDBMS. So this is my number, say 1, and I have the something called R. So R is the course. So course is R is nothing but your RDBMS. So I am the instructor, so I am trying to teach this one. And you are the student with course number R, and you have the instructor. So you are the student. So one is the 101 is the student who will do the course R with instructor 1. Since we have instructor course, but instructor number is not a candidate key. See here, instructor number is not a candidate key. See, these are the keys. Student number is there, course is there, but instructor number is not a candidate key. Okay, see, that means the importance has been not given to the candidate key. Now how I'll be doing this, split this. So again I have to split this. So first of all, again it should be first normal form, then it should be second normal form, then it should be third normal form. Okay, then only I can go to the fourth normal. So what I'll do, I'll have the student number and the instruction number separately. Then course number are followed by the instructor. Now you can see this is your candidate key. Now here you have this also a candidate key. So you can say student number and instructor number. That means student 1 101. If you say in the previous case, so I have given 101 as one student number, and he has been followed with one instructor, and he is the roll number 101. So when I say 101, he is having the instructor 1. Then student number 101 instructor, and he is also having instructor. So again, he will be saying, that means I can make many relation with this. So I can have 101 as a student, he is having instructor, and instructor, when I say instructor, to this student is attached. Here I say for the student, this student has been assigned for that particular instructor. So what is happening over here? When I tell about the instructor, he has particular course, so he can teach that particular course based upon the instructor number. So this is how you are going to convert into this. So this should be 3NF. So you have to convert that existing one into 3NF. Once you make it into 3NF, then only you can get the BCNF. Okay. So any doubt regarding this? Only 9 members. Daily the people are getting downfall of this. First day they have come 30 members, then thereafter stably 12, 14. Now it has been coming to
దసరా సార్
దసరా ఇవాళ రేపు ఉందమ్మా, ఎల్లుండి ఉంది దసరా. మొన్న నవరాత్రులు స్టార్ట్ అయ్యి 7 days అవుతుంది. మన క్లాస్ స్టార్ట్ అయితే ఎక్కువనే అవుతుంది కదమ్మా.
ఇంకా షాపింగ్ అవన్నీ చేస్తున్నారు సార్, అందుకే రావట్లేదు.
కరెక్ట్ అన్న. నాకు ఇప్పుడు షాపింగ్స్ నీకోసం షాపులు ప్రెస్ పెడతారంట ఇంత పొద్దున.
ఏంటి సార్?
నీకోసం ఇంత పొద్దున షాప్ తెరిచి పెట్టిరమ్మా.
అంటే రెడీ అయ్యి టిఫిన్ చేసి వెళ్ళాలి కదా సార్, రేపే కదా సార్, అందుకే.
ఏమన్నా చెప్పిరమ్మా?